let's say that you have a cat that you really like. Does anyone have a cat that they really like? Do you? So if your cat died that you really liked, so an event, and there's usually an event that precedes it. Cat dies. You have an interpretation. What is the interpretation that, or the thought that you're generating that is likely when your cat dies, if you like the cat? So that's the resulting emotion. What's the interpretation? What's the thought? Why would you be sad? What's the reason for being sad? Cat's gone. No more cat. So in this case, it's cat dies. I like being with the cat, but now that the cat's dead, no companionship of the cat, right? An interpretation, and that thought leads to the emotion of, who said it? Sadness, right? Now, let's change this, and don't get me wrong, I like cats, mostly. But what if your cat was in constant pain and had cancer, or and it dies because of the cancer, and it's in constant pain? What might be a different thought that you have here? What? Okay, so it's not so much, and I'm not saying you still wouldn't feel this way, but if you thought relief for the cat. So if that's your thought, what's the emotion that's likely to follow it? Yeah, right? You get that? Now, I'm not saying this is the way it works. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's always your own interpretation, always, right? So, does that make sense to that point? So let's play with anger for a minute. If this is an event happens, we have an interpretation that leads to an emotion of anger. What's the thought that leads to the emotion of anger almost every time? Think about, okay, I want you all to do this. On your piece of paper, I want you to write this down. I want you to write down an incident that happened to you recently where you found yourself getting angry. So write down the event. What happened where you noticed yourself getting angry? And don't say, I never get angry. Everyone does. We just know we did it to ourselves, not somebody else. But that's later on. So I want you to write down something.